Welcome back. Well, for the Bank Nifty, just about flat at this point. In fact, for all of the indices, just watch out for a couple of these stocks on the downside. So Tata Steel is your top loser on the Nifty. It's down around 2.3%. Hindalco as well, which is down around 2%. And a couple of the IT stocks ahead of all of the earnings kicking off is showing some amount of profit booking. So HCL Tech, Wipro, TCS, all of these stocks are under pressure at this point in time. L&T also, that heavyweight, along with even a couple of other stocks from the healthcare space, Apollo Hospitals, Dr. Reddy's, are showing weak signs at this point, down over 0.5% for all of these stocks. But now let's go across to Manisha Gupta to take us through what she's tracking in the commodities space. Manisha, over to you.
Thank you for that, Ekta. And joining me is a very special guest, Vikram Dhawan, is Head Commodities and Fund at Nippon India. Vikram, hi, thank you so much for joining in. And very strong numbers really coming in when it comes to inflows for gold ETFs. The global numbers have been on the stronger side, and for the Indian markets as well, after what we saw as an outflow in the month of March and April, and okay kind of numbers for the month of May, June clearly seems to be shining for us too.
Thank you very much, Manisha, for inviting me on your show. 2025 has all been about gold ETFs, and after maybe a hiatus of 2 to 3 years, the net flows in gold ETFs globally went positive by end of last year. And the surprising thing is that the flows have been fairly well distributed geographically. Whilst we have seen very strong flows coming from North America, but we have also seen very strong flow from Asia, especially China. And India, although the base is still low compared to global peers, but yes, we have seen increase in interest in gold ETFs, especially in the past couple of years. And I think one very important thing is that the asset allocation story, or the multi-asset story, is really picking up in India, and I think this bodes very well for the gold ETF flows going ahead.
Vikram, what is the total AUM holdings right now, and how would you look at the first half of 2025 for India especially?
So I won't know the exact number, but I think it is somewhere around the total holding would be about 70,000 odd crores. I think, last financial year, the flows into gold ETFs were about 3 to 4 times of the previous year's average. And I think this year also we have seen very encouraging start to the financial year. But again, you have to understand that gold also has seasonality. There will always be an element of profit taking. And obviously, this is a very news-driven market. So not only prices, the flows may also remain volatile. But overall, I think it is looking very steady for gold ETFs in this financial year as well.
Vikram, would be interesting to know on what is the kind of participant increase that we've seen in the first half of 2025 for India, and also how do you look at the ticket size as well?
So when gold ETFs were first started in India in 2007, it got a very lukewarm response, and I would say up till COVID, or rather till 2017-18, it was dominated by retail players, especially the ones who are active in the mutual fund ecosystem. But I think post-COVID, we have seen a bigger participation from institutions, which also includes mutual funds, mutual fund schemes like multi-asset funds, from family offices, institutions. And I think if you look what is happening across the border, the Chinese government is actually encouraging the insurance company to, have their holdings in gold. And I think we saw a similar news item running in the Indian press. So I think it's looking very, very strong and very, very good as far as the institutional part is concerned. And my personal view is that going ahead, the reason why I'm very bullish on the flows is because once the institutional participation increases, the flows will increase exponentially from here.
Vikram, we've seen these very strong numbers coming into in 2025, even as the gold prices have been trading at near record highs. And there haven't been much redemption when you look at the overall net inflows, really. What is, in a sense, on what your calculation on how the rest of the year could look like?
So to begin with, I think the global investors were underweight on gold, despite what the performance of gold post-COVID. And I think from being, the global investors were actually underweight on gold. And from being grossly underweight, I think we are not even close to being equal weight. So I think this process will continue for a few more quarters, if not years, which means that the investors would have to, tolerate higher prices because, as I mentioned, at the end of the day, whether it is a retail investor or an institutional investor or a central bank, they are using gold for portfolio diversification. I mean, I think that there was a very, important update on gold, and this was given by the European Central Bank, which said that gold is now the second largest holding after US dollar in an average central bank portfolio. So I think it's not just the investors, institutions. I think it's become more of a secular trend as far as using gold for diversification is concerned.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dhawan, for joining in and giving us that insight. Manisha, thank you for taking us through that conversation. It will be very interesting if such, ferocious purchase with all these institutions will further take the gold prices higher and impact customers as well or not at some point. We'll watch out for how the story pans out. With that, we'll take a short break, come back on the other side. Sameer Dattani, who's the executive director at Sanathan Textiles, joins in to discuss the impact of Trump's tariffs on the Indian textile sector. Stay with us.